I'm curious about what she's done to offend the Akaviri ancestors. Ooh! Hakashe tombs. We've been burying our dead in a Hakashe tomb since this town was founded. So presumably this is how our ancestors did it back in sorry, it looked like a D for a second, I was so very confused. Old Akaviri, but to tell you the truth, I really don't know. Historian Evita Pitio. This is a lovely place.
I see them, just up ahead.
Indeed.
Still you hunt me, assassin scum? Was my death not enough?
Is he confusing you for his grandfather, perhaps? Confusing you for your grandfather,
This
sorry.
act is getting very old, very fast.
That Akaviri spirit seemed to recognize you. Any idea why?
He seems
Ow.
to think that I was the Mer who assassinated him. Could be a simple case of mistaken identity. After all, my mother always did tell me I bear a striking resemblance to my grandfather, Methistarum.
So your grandfather assassinated the Akaviri we're chasing? Well, that's the assumption.
As a member of the Morag Tong, my grandfather executed a great number of people. But, given the location and the armor the spirit wears, let's move ahead. I have a feeling we'll get our answers soon enough. Best if we split up and go our separate ways.
That seems a terrible idea, but sure. Bye. Oop. God, they just pop out of the ground like freaking daisies. Ow. Ow. God, there are so many of them. I think I'm being chased by a horde of spirits. Ooh, this is pretty. Yep, that's what I thought. This place is positively delightful. Yay, fellow player, let's go. Where are you going? Kill the shade of the founder. Can you please come over here? What are you even doing? Helm, take. I don't want a helm. Okay, I'll do it by myself then. This ain't it, but okay, since he's here. Oh, this is him. Shade of the founder.
You will not advance!
Okay, well go kill your champion then. Uh-huh. Nee, look at my blades, they look so silly. That sounded interesting. Now what on earth is
Proconsul
happening?
Valoran Kai, I presume?
Very good, assassin scum. You and your companion have been most insistent. Come,
Well, yeah.
let us speak.
Well, that is why we're here. Do tell.
Faina Derek has called my spirit to judge her. By her quill, my name was written. By her hands, the paper lotus placed. And so I have come to punish her wickedness. And yet you try to stop me. Who are you to deny me my revenge?
What? So, by writing your name, she has angered you? Okay, why do you crave revenge?
When I escaped Cyrodiil, I had but one man to protect me. Someone I placed my utmost faith in, my utmost trust. Lieutenant Line Bardwick. But when it came time to guard me from my Morag Tong assassin, my protector fled.
Okay, so a Morag Tong assassin killed you?
Yes. Though not before I was able to inflict a mortal wound myself. Both I and my assassin died that day. But not Line Bardwick. He looted my corpse and claimed my name. It was he who founded Hakushe, not I.
He's stolen the name. But why abduct Magnate Faina Darak? She didn't betray you.
Her family continued to spread the lies of my betrayal.
Unknowingly.
For centuries, they have proclaimed themselves nobility. But all they have inherited is lies. She must renounce her title and tell her people the truth. Only then will I be content.
I mean, fair enough. She should probably do that anyway. I'll relay the message to her.
Go then, and convince Fëanor Daerak to speak the truth. Only that will save her.
What specifically prompted your return?
The Proving Festival is a time for the Akaviri people to commune with their ancestors. Not only does it allow the dead to view the living world, it also invites us to cross over. Fëanor Daerak called me to judge her. I have come to do so.
But she didn't do anything. It was her ancestor who stole your identity.
And so I did not kill her, as I attempted to kill Line Barduik when first this festival was held. My lieutenant also summoned me by our ancient rites, though he did not realize this. I was compelled to cross over and judge his wicked ways.
But you weren't successful?
Line Barduik was a strong mage in his own right. He cast me away. For centuries I have waited for another Proving Festival, but I suspect that Line Barduik took precautions against my return. But now, at last, the truth can be revealed.
Okay. You're a little more passionate than you really need to be fair, but sure.
I can't believe it. The founder of Hakushe, my ancestor, he lied?
That does indeed seem to be the case. Will you speak the truth?
You don't understand. To admit such a horrid truth wouldn't just dishonor me. It would dishonor my entire family. All of my ancestors, who have done such great things for Hakushe, they'll all be disgraced. How can I do that?
See, this train of thinking is something that I can never get behind. So one person in your family line was an absolute dick, an asshole and a coward, and then he was a liar and a thief. But everyone who's come after him had no part in that. Everyone who came after him helped Hakushe flourish and become the city that, well, village, I suppose, town? The town that it is today. They've done nothing but good for the sake of this town. They've had leadership of it, and they've done it well. So why should uncovering some lie that the first arsehole perpetuated dishonor the entire family line who have done nothing but good things for this place? I hate this line of thinking. They're very closed-minded, and it makes me want to punch them. Like, no, that's not how things work, you idiot. So you want to keep lying about your ancestry? Fine, then die.
No. I don't want to keep lying. The citizens of Hakushe deserve nothing but my complete honesty, even if it comes at the cost of my family's reputation. I'll do it. Ancestors, forgive me, but I'll tell everyone the truth.
Well, let's get going. Let's get this shit over and done
I'll
with.
be watching, Fëanor Daerak, waiting for you to speak the truth.
I'll keep my word.
Well, seems like it's time to get going then. I'll meet you in the town square.
Okay. Race you there. Hello, beep beep, as per usual. Alrighty then. Let's go. Prove somebody wrong. Ow, the ground was a little further away than I anticipated. Oh shit. How was I supposed to get across that? No, dinosaur, keep to yourself. How do I enter this town? Yep. Alrighty. Oh, is he juggling as what she's juggling? Juggling knives? Oh my god. She's crazy. Seems like a very lively part of town in regards to players right now.
It seems my investigation has come to an end. The rumor was false, my family name is cleared, and no one even needed to be executed. A happy ending all around, wouldn't you say?
Oh, indeed. Someone was going to be executed. Well, obviously he was going to execute her. Duh.
The Morag Tong isn't one to leave loose threads, even one that's been dangling
I
for
saw that
over a
ages ago.
century. Luckily for Fëanor Daerak, my grandfather was able to complete his writ. Here, A reward for services rendered.
Well, thanks. I'm going to enjoy selling that.
Now, despite our daring rescue, I'm certain the Magnate doesn't want a member of the Morag Tong hanging
I
about.
dare say.
Though it does look like she's about to make her big announcement, doesn't it? Well, perhaps I'll stick around long enough to watch.
And enjoy every moment of it, I'm sure. Were you really going to kill Magnate Fan of that arc?
If I had to. My preference was always to prove this rumor false, of course. Still, a writ is a writ. If my grandfather failed to do his duty, then I would have done it for him. Simple.
But your grandfather's writ was for Proconsul Bellerin Kai, not Fan of that arc.
My grandfather
Bloody
was
names.
following a writ which called for the death of Potentate Severian Shorak and all his heirs.
Ah, all his heirs.
Had Fena Darak been a descendant of the proconsul, her execution would also fall under this writ. Naturally.
That seems like a technicality.
I'll let the Morag Tong know your feelings as soon as I'm back in Morrowind. I'm sure they're just dying to hear
Indeed. No sass from you, alright? I was on your side the entire
My
time.
family has long claimed to be descended from the potentate. But this is not the truth. The man who founded the town, my ancestor, was a traitor. He betrayed Proconsul Bellerin Kai and stole his name. My family's legacy is only a lie. I revoke my title as Magnate. And
Oh,
should you
it's in the back
decide it,
there.
I will leave Hakoshe forever. This dishonor is mine to bear. And I accept it.
No! We still want you to be our magnate!
She hasn't
You're an honorable
said the fact that
woman,
she
Fena
only
Darak.
just discovered this.
You deserve to lead this
The way
town.
she's presenting it is that, like, she and her family have always
Everyone,
known and have just continued to perpetuate the lie.
Thank you so much.
You really screwed yourself over.
Finally, I am a
Bye. But, like, you really intentionally screwed yourself over by not framing that the correct way. You are an idiot.
Greetings, traveler. I hope you're doing well.
You seem rather happy given all that's happened.
Honestly, I'm still wrapping my head around it all. My entire life, I thought that I was a descendant of the potentate. To realize that was a lie is... well, it's hard. But I'm still Fena Darak. I know who I am, and so too do my people.
So you're going to continue to be the magnate.
Yes, for as long as Hakoshe will have me. And even if that changes, I'll still do my best to help this town however I can. This is my home, no matter who my ancestors were or were not. I realize that now.
Isn't that sweet? Do you have anything else to say to it? No, I can't even interact with these extra people. That's a shame. Well, I think you're an idiot. You really shot yourself in the foot. You're stupid. Yay for Usher. I think he's cool. I like you. You did well, sir. Alright, Makiri, what were we up to? Ah, this is the place that had the celebration, isn't it? I remember those lanterns. Cadwell the Betrayer. Yes, that is indeed where we are going. There were no fragments around me. There's still that one over there, but we're going to ignore that. I think there was one up here somewhere, wasn't there, that I hadn't gotten? Ah, there. We'll worry about all that later. That is not my problem for now. So yes, let us head on to the main mission. Cadwell the Betrayer, go to the Shadow Dance Ruins. That we shall do. Although, if I recall correctly, Submarine Pride is a stupid idea because the stamina is absolute shite. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, actually, before we head on out... Actually, no, that's correct. I've got Blade Cloak and Assault. I need an Assault ability. So I will get Vigor on that bar. Yep. Okay, and I can go barehanded. Looks pretty cool. Okay, and as I said, I'm much faster without pride, so if his stamina wasn't such trash, he'd be viable, but his stamina's trash, so what can I do? What is this? What a nice little house. But I cannot enter. Wow, rude much. That's so that the world has a people in it. It's not just empty. Oh shit. Hi, bye. Mistakes were made. Don't judge me for it. Oh god, there's not even a better option down here. No. Stay away. Oh god, there's more over here. I've never been in such perilous lands in my life. Even Australia isn't this bad. Oh boy. Oh, sorry. You can put those away, by the way. Apologies. Entrance, entrance, entrance. Is it here or... It really doesn't look like it's here. How does one get there? Is it above or below? Above. How does one get above? Hello? Oh, you're ages away. How do I get there? Do I have to go back around and like up in some fashion? Hello? I don't know how else to get to these ruins. Kind of felt like it was telling me to go this way too. What a shame. No. Just no. Ooh, here? Is here good? No. Leave me be. Dragon, go eat them. Jesus Christ. Hello, save me.
If the dragons...
Yeah, that's great.
There is more to this ancient temple. I do not see a way to access
will
it.
make all the difference.
Thanks, Don. Glad I could hear you through that door. Trying to see if I've got a buff that accounts for the sparkles, but it won't tell me, so I don't know. Okay then, what are we doing here?
This is the right place. I can sense it. But nothing in this chamber looks like it can make the moons move or open a path to Joan or Jode. What are we missing, Fiveclaw?
I don't know. Cadwell said your pennant was the key.
And Riddlethar knows I have tried everything I can think of. I held it out. I presented it forcefully. I even shook it vigorously, but nothing happened. I do not know what else to do.
You said your mother would sometimes hold it and tell you stories. Maybe something she said?
My memories and the Kunzari stories, everything jumbles together.
Well, that's unfortunate for you now, isn't
Too
it?
much research has crowded my mind. Wait, maybe... Mother used to say, maybe if I repeat her words while I hold the pendant.
I mean, sure, I could not give it a try.
When an Equina's blood calls, the shadow dance begins.
Here's a monarch.
By the moons, you opened the path.
Portal
go
to
ahead.
Shadow Dance Temple.
Zamorak and I will deal with the dragon outside. Somehow.
Yeah, he
Moons,
seems to be
watch over
lingering.
you. Come, Fiveclaw. Let us see where this leads.
Love, I am way ahead of you. Haha, it says follow Chimera. Fuck that, I'm going first. Had the moon priests become too dogmatic, too severe in their strictures of purity, or were there secrets in the shadow dance that needed to be buried? For whatever reason, the Two Moons hierarchy had no choice but to close the place down. Moon Bishop Hunal. Pretty! As per usual.
Beautiful. Why was this hidden for so long?
Didn't you read the text on the screen in? Oh.
This place has guardians, it seems. But they could not stop the betrayal.
Hello, Mr. Centipede. I've never seen a centipede in my life, or a millipede. Moon Sentinel Adept. Then why are we killing these people? Aren't these the good guys? I must be missing something, because these look like the good guys to me. Oh well. Seems like a them problem then. Hey, I found your moonstones.
The betrayer sent. He came this way. That relic. See what you can make of it, Fiveclaw.
Why don't you? This is your bloody pilgrimage. This ain't my shit. Temple relic. Ugh. Find the next temple relic. What is she doing?
spirits awakened. The temple recognized me. I am becoming attuned.
Well, I hope you become attuned into oblivion, because I don't want you. Hi. Can I chat? Bye. Suncaster. I like the sound of that. I love that ability to close the gap between us. Don't know what that was, but it was delightful. Chronicles of Juhari something. Assurance is made to children of the beyond, whom the riddle Thar knew to be coiled in flesh, that in the presence of the holy and triumphant soul will the path to doom be known. Chapter 1. A young one came to us and, with due reverence, asked Juhari of White Sand if he could learn the Dance of Shadows, for he had heard as many had before of the great dance of an equine sharp-tongue, boon companioned Kunzari. With a tongue full of platitude and supplication, he begged Juhari to share his knowledge, for the young one believed a dance capable of moving the moons must be beautiful to behold. Well, that's a good deduction to make. And Juhari gave the youth the smile he always gave to the young, one of sadness and pity. He asked the youth, how does one instruct a servant to walk? How does one tell an owl to make fire, or an ape to pray? The youth took Juhari's meaning. He thanked the great sage of White Sand for his words and began his long walk home. Juhari called to the young one, and though the sage of White Sand spoke only the barest whisper, the wind carried the voice as if it had descended from Joan and Joan themselves. Juhari offered to share with the youth his knowledge of the dance. The young was confused. No serpent could be instructed to walk. No owl can make fire. Were these not likened to teaching the Dance of Shadows? The sage of White Sand nodded. A serpent will always be a serpent, an owl always an owl. But the soul, scrolled in accidentally, the soul may become many things, though it may take lifetimes to become them. Many consider such a price too dear to pay, and they will never come to know the Dance of Shadows. The youth nodded and stood in contemplation, and when Juhari returned to the Dancing Shadow Temple, the youth followed. Well, isn't that just beautiful? Oh, nice tree.
Sir Cadwell, you're part of Kunzari's Krajun. Why are you doing this?
I want what Kunzari hid away, and I need to move the moons to reach it. If a few cats must die along the way, what of it?
You're insane!
Yep.
You talk to your new god like that? Manners!
The temple. It shows us how the betrayer became attuned.
Mm-hmm. That's really not what spirits showed us, but sure. Next step.
Another temple relic.
Why isn't she activating them?
Fire.
This is your pilgrimage, damn it.
I understand. Moving the moons causes an eclipse. That opens the way to Jode's core.
You only just figured this out now? Honey, moon and sun. I equated that to an eclipse a very long time ago. Haven't you been looking at the moons on the structures and the pillars and
It's
stuff?
almost a shame how Inequida's faithful keep throwing themselves at my blade.
No.
Almost.
Gardens are so pretty. Oh god, I didn't see you there. Busy looking at the foliage. Sorry. I don't think Chimera's doing much damage here. Chimera, can you hit a little harder, please? Oops. was weird. I feel like she wasn't doing all her abilities, even though I was pressing the buttons. I guess we're turning. How does rock?
The final temple relic. There it is. Activate it, please. Now, 5 below. We need to reach the temple sanctuary.
I don't really know what wisdom you claim to be gaining from that, because, like, duh. You're never telling me anything I don't already know. How are all these plants still alive? They don't exactly see the sun, do they?
Wait, my friend. Let us talk before we confront the betrayer.
I don't want to talk to you. You have nothing I want to hear.
The ancient memories become clearer in my mind with every passing moment. We follow the same path as the heroes of legend. Kunzari, Anequina, the betrayer. They all walked these steps to reach Jode's core.
You're saying it like it's some great revelation. Honey, we've known that the entire time. Tell me everything the attuned memories have shown you. Oh, I don't really care.
I see the
I don't like
truth
talking
of
to
the
this woman
myths
at
and
all.
Legends. Kunzari tricked Calgrontiid into storing the might of the dragons in Jode's core. Then, the heroes of the Krajun lured them into the halls of Colossus and sealed the doors.
Right, then the betrayer stabbed Kunzari in the back.
Yes, he murdered Kunzari and then came to this temple to gain the power to move the moons and open the way to Jode's core. You see, the path only appears at the moon gate of Anequina when the moons are aligned, as in an eclipse.
The moons are aligned. Honey, that's a moon and a star. The moon priests stopped the betrayer back then.
True. But many died before they lopped off his head. The betrayer was the greatest warrior of his day. If it comes to a battle, it will not be an easy one.
I beg to differ, I'm sure
There
it'll be
is an
fine.
apparatus in the sanctuary, linked to the larger moon gate. That is what we seek.
Well, you deal with the apparatus, I'll take care of the betrayer.
We are about to enter the place where the betrayer faced his greatest failure. Where he died at the hands of the remaining heroes and moon priests. We must make sure history repeats itself.
That is the first time I've ever heard that line said quite that way. I'm so glad we had this conversation, Chimera. We have developed the plot absolutely not in this entire conversation. Do you have any advice on fighting the betrayer?
The shade of Anequina darkens with rage whenever I think about him. Even before his betrayal, she detested the man. He was vain, proud, a great sword fighter, but full of ego and hubris. Perhaps that is his weakness, his pride.
Again, this conversation didn't develop that plot any. It didn't tell me anything I already knew. It's a waste of time, Chimera. Sorry, I keep adding an S to your name, I don't know why. Vault of the Heavenly Scourge. This is where it happened. That incident that led to the abolition of the Adepts of the Dancing Shadows. All details of the atrocity were expunged from the Moon Bishop's archives by decree of the two moons. What? Assizes? Never seen that word in my life. Okay. Let's go. I wish there was someone else here to do this battle with me.
The eclipse has started. I'm going to share the power with the dragon. Magnanimous, don't you think?
Wait. Nope, that is definitely not what I'm supposed to do with that. Are you just gonna go polluting the landscape with those? I'm trying to back up, but she's not backing the fuck up. Get over here, would you? Ow. Not particularly. Oh yeah, get him. Get him.
stop the eclipse.
Isn't that a good thing? I thought you wanted an eclipse. When did you appear?
The betrayer did something to the apparatus. The moons cannot hear my plea.
You can't stop the eclipse?
No.
Can we behead the betrayer
has
yet
set
again?
The moons in motion, and they will not answer to my song. There is nothing to stop the dragons from using the moon gate of Anequina to reach Jode's core.
So Elsweyr is doomed? Sounds delightful.
Not yet. This apparatus moves the moons, but the moon gate of Anequina creates the portal to Jode's
Can we
core.
destroy the apparatus and the moons aren't going to
My
move?
force is there to defend it from the dragons.
Did you think about
We
that?
will join them. But first, the memories tell me we have one more task here.
Just destroy the apparatus. Duh. What do we need to do?
Anequina's memories show me how she once used the dragon horn. The combat dragon horn you gave me. It needs to be energized. Have its power restored.
Could have told you that.
Activate the nearby temple relic, and I will charge the dragon horn.
Okay. Which, this one right here? You say nearby, there are literally two of them. Couldn't have been more specific? This that's loud.
Zara, Anequina, Cadwell, John, and Jode. All of it into the dragon horn.
That was brief. Where's the dragon horn? Talk to
A
Cadwell.
dip in cold hard is refreshing, pleasant, and I'm fit as a fig tree. Now,
Great.
where's the evil me?
He was over there somewhere, actually. If you want to go have a look.
Where is the fiend? Let me at him. I returned as soon as I could to help you give the betrayer a good thrashing.
Oh my gosh, it just occurred to me. Cadwell, dude, you like disintegrated in front of me. Yes! He came back from killing the other guy. Yay! Good ending. The betrayer's been destroyed, but what about you?
I feel tip-top, I must say. I thought it was the cozy confines of my beloved Cold Harbor. But I suppose it has more to do with the destruction of my other
Oh,
half.
so he went back to Cold
Well,
Harbor. He didn't
good
just
show.
poof.
The world is safe.
I thought he died. Cool. Not exactly. The betrayer set the moons in motion. When they align, the dragons can reach the core.
That doesn't sound good. Let me think.
Why would he want the
If I
dragons to get it?
concentrate,
Wouldn't he want it
I
himself?
can recall what was going through my despicable other self's mind. He wanted to make sure no one could stop the path from opening. He promised the dragons.
So we did want the dragons to get the core, okay? There must be a way to stop the eclipse.
I'm afraid not, at least not from here. He did something to the apparatus. It can't be used
Apparatus?
again. Chimera might be able to separate the moons, but she'd need to do it at the moon gate. She looks a little peaked, though, doesn't she?
Yeah, just a little bit. Ooh, does she sacrifice herself at the moon gate to protect all of Elsweyr? Oh, that would make me so happy. We need to get her back to Rimmen. Really? What?
All right.
We don't have time to go to
Cadwell,
Rimmen.
Can we use your portal to return to Rimmen?
Of course, Chimera. It's ready.
I thought time was of the essence, lady. We need to get to the moon gate. Why the fuck are we going back to Rimmen? Whatever. It makes absolutely no sense, but if that's where you want me, that's where I'll go. I don't even know where the moon gate is. I'm assuming it's somewhere in the southeast because we haven't been there yet. But Rimmen, why Rimmen? It's literally the furthest place from anywhere on the map.